Energy flows where attention goes. This is one of the basic tenets of energy healing. Therefore, becoming the master of our energy passes through becoming the master of our attention. So in this video, we're going to talk all about what attention is, how can we start mastering it, and what kind of attention is important for healing. My name is Inge, and this is the Healing Revolution. You are watching one of the Back to Basics series where we take one concept that is crucial to energy healing and we break it down so that you can use it to become exactly who you are. Today, all about attention. My favorite analogy to describe how attention works is the flashlight analogy. So you can imagine that you have a flashlight in your mind, and what you direct your flashlight or your attention onto becomes focused, becomes clear, takes up more room in your psyche, and the rest, almost like it doesn't exist. So where we point our flashlight of our attention is going to really dictate what takes up space in our psyches. And so it's really, really, really important to become intentional with what we focus on. So just like a flashlight, the attention can be really diffuse. It can move everywhere really quickly. That will lead us to feel kind of scattered. It can be really, really, really pointy. And so we can play with this sort of aperture of our attention. But what you focus on is really what grows in importance. And so knowing that you get to decide what you focus on is everything here. This is what makes gratitude journals so powerful. If you shine the light of your awareness, of your attention on everything that is going well in your life, everything that makes you feel relaxed and lucky and expanded and well, lucky and expanded and well, all take up more room in your energy. Simply by placing the flashlight on gratitude. It's quite powerful. There's another reason why deciding what media you consume is really important, because what you place your focus on is what your brain interprets as reality. And if you do this unintentionally, you can easily go into these rabbit holes that are designed to be like crack for your attention. You just want to know more, you want to know more. But these rabbit holes might not have much to do with the actual factual, scientifically demonstrable reality that we all live in. Now, this can be super fun sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you do want to be intentional. You do want to know how powerful your attention is. In this day and age, it is our attention more than anything else that is recruited. Our devices are really made to recruit our attention. Social media gets paid by the moment that you are, the length of time that you're there, how much attention you give advertising. This has been the case with TV and with all sorts of things for a while, but everything is kind of at a higher pace. So taking your power back when it comes to your attention is actually a radical act of independence, and where you get to truly create what you want for yourself and what you want our next collective chapter to be like. So I'll give you a few examples of this from my life. So there's this local Facebook group that I'm a part of, and then I check in every once in a while. And it is really local to my neighborhood, which I adore. Lots of trees and nature, and it's beautiful. And if I look into this Facebook group and I scroll through, it is people complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. And if I look through this too long, my focus, my attention absorbs this and expands it. And I start thinking about my neighborhood as really run down and as a terrible place to live, while that is not my observable reality at all, it's just where I placed my focus on, that expanded. So this is where I like to use discernment and just change the channel on that particular Facebook group. I don't go there very often. Now, this can work in the positive too. So I, like many women, have, struggled with my body image, and I generally quite love myself, but there's a lot of angles of myself that I'm like, ooh, I hope never anybody ever sees that. And so I found on Instagram a woman who has very much my build, and she's Dutch like me, which I'm a very typical build of. And she shows these pictures where on some of them she's the most beautiful, glamorous looking woman in the world. She looks phenomenal. And then the next picture right after it, you see all her rolls and you see her triple chin, and it's hilarious. And she's modeling a total comfort with all angles of herself. And because I place my focus on that, that expands in my consciousness as well. And that comfort and that no shame and that being okay with the rolls and the this and the that also get to expand in my consciousness. So I want to leave you today with an invitation to do a bit of a social media audit. If you look at where you place your attention, is it creating what you want to be creating in your life? I also invite you to start, if you haven't already started one, or restart a gratitude journal, and really placing your focus on what is going well. And then finally, in the day-to-day, really developing this capacity to ask yourself, is this really what I want to be focusing on right now? So let's say you're having a walk and you're ruminating about a conversation you had, and I should have said this, and I can't believe they said this. You can let that train of thought continue, but also check, do I want to pay attention to it? So you just let it continue, but you put your focus on the trees and the song of the bird, or you ask yourself a question like, what lunch can I make myself that will make me feel divine? And so you place your focus, your attention on that, and that is what will flourish in your life. So develop that habit. Now, this is not an easy habit to develop, and yet it is also completely, totally doable. We have a practice for this, a mindfulness practice. This is literally what it trains us to do. It trains our attention to come back to the present moment on purpose, non-judgmentally. So if you would like to re-energize your mindfulness practice or start it for the very first time, I do have a 10-day mindfulness journey practice where it starts you on a formal practice of 2 minutes. Everybody can do 2 minutes. And it brings you all the way up to 20. It's got formal practices. It's got informal practices. There's little videos of me accompanying you every step of the way. And I really encourage you to take that, because your attention is one of the most precious things that you have. And so I wish for you to take ownership of it and to develop that core skill. So if you enjoyed this video, that is all I've got for attention, but there are a lot more in the Back to Basics series, Back to Basics of Energy Healing. Hit subscribe to be notified when they come out, and check this playlist for the ones that already have. See you in the next video.